Hey guys, it is Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and I share the Bible. That's business inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. This is day 3 of Vlogmas, and I am going to try to stick with this. And so I just want to do a quick vlog just to kind of share some things that are going on right now. In day 2, I talked about mental health and the journey that I've been on with my husband this year and some things that have happened. Still, dealing with that. But earlier this summer, I did a video where I talked about how our air conditioning went out at our home, and it was right after Hurricane Helene. We had a brief power outage, and when the power came back on, the air conditioning did not, and it was blazing hot. So we had triple digit heat indexes, and so it was extremely hot in the house. No air conditioning, waiting on the home warranty company to get it done, and had the whole system replaced. Well, I don't have any heat. Our air conditioning system and heating system is different. We have a gas furnace, and then we have central heating. Well, central heating and air, but the heat is a gas furnace, and then the air conditioning is on a different system. So turn the heat on because it is freezing now. It's like really cold, and for us it's really, really cold. Like, we've had freeze warnings at night, having to keep the water on a drip to make sure the pipes don't freeze and burst. But anyway, turn the heat on, and it just didn't feel like it was getting warm. The air that was blowing was just staying cool. And if you know anything about heat, when you turn the heat on, it blows cool before it starts to blow warm air. But it was just never blowing warm air. So it's blowing, but there's no heated air blowing. So had the home warranty company put in a request for a service tech to come out. They came out yesterday, checked it, and yeah, it's something kind of major that needs to be replaced. I have a home warranty, and now I'm waiting on them to get it processed and approved so that it can be done. So, I mean, of course, I was hopeful that I would hear something today, because that service tech came out yesterday, but it's been a whole day. Haven't heard anything from the home warranty company or the company that came out. So I'll be on that first thing in the morning. But God knows I cannot stand being cold. Like, I would rather be hot than cold. It's kind of miserable. It's hard to get anything done. So I'm like dressed in layers. You probably can't tell because I got on all black, but I've got on layers upon layers. And I do have some space heaters that I can use in the house, but I'm not going to use those to heat the whole house because it really burns through the electricity. The electricity bill is like crazy when you use those. But I'm not going to complain because things could always be worse. Always. So, of course, I can dress in layers. I can use the space heaters. And I'm not, out on the streets or anything like that. So, I'm not complaining. But, man, it's like, really, after everything that I've been going through this year, and I have to deal with not having heat right now, and I have so many things that I need to be working on and want to work on. But when I'm cold, I don't really feel like doing anything. So I might try to get some stuff done this evening before I go to sleep. But other than that, I'm just like, I just want to lay under a bunch of blankets and and shiver until I fall asleep, because that's just how cold I am. And also, with my husband being in the hospital and he has 4 dogs, I'm having to take care of the dogs too. And one of them, the youngest, she is the barker. So she barks, 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 barks until you are paying her attention. And this morning, she was barking at like 3 in the morning. And her name is Minnie. And I'm like, Minnie, really? I'm saying to myself now, it is freezing. It is 3 in the morning. I do not feel like getting up to get you right now. You need to wait. So I waited. I want to say I probably waited until about 3:30 because she kept barking, and I didn't want to deal, I don't want to mess with the neighbor's sleep and affect them. So I got up and I took care of her. Got up, let all of them outside, not all at once. I usually do 2 by 2, like Noah's Ark. And she wanted to play. I let her out. She did her business, and then she's wanting to run around and play. I'm like, girl, it is freezing out here. I am not in the mood at all. So you need to hurry up and get your furry butt back in this kennel so I can go back to bed. I'm tired and I'm freezing. It's frigid outside. The grass is like crunchy because it's like ice. I'm like, this is for the birds. But again, try not to complain because I love my husband. He loves his dogs. I'm trying to help him out while he's in the hospital. And normally when he's here, he's the one that's getting up at 4, 5 in the morning to take care of the dogs. But now I'm doing it. And then I missed his call last night because he called me from the hospital a couple of times. But I was dealing with the dogs. It was, I think, after 9:30, and I was dealing with the dogs again because she kept barking. I'm like, really? And I didn't have my phone with me. I left my phone in the room, so I had to. I was like, man, I missed his call because I wanted to, hear how he was doing and talk to him. But anyway, yeah, today it's cold. I wanted to get so much accomplished today, but I also had some other stuff I need to get done when I got home from work because the security system, I had to get something done with that. So I was waiting on the service technician to come out to get that service. So you know how it is when you're waiting at the house for somebody to come to service something and you have other things that you need to get done. It's kind of hard to get into doing those things because you're just kind of waiting on them to show up. And then when they get to your home, you don't know how long they're going to be doing what they need to do or working on whatever they need to work on. So honestly, that kind of shot my day because before I knew it, it was, I don't know, maybe half hour before I needed to feed all 4 of the dogs, and all of that stuff takes time. It really does. But to not have my heat working the way that it should be working right now, it's just aggravating. And why? Something great, I have to say, and I believe this, something great, something amazing has to be on the horizon for me. And as a matter of fact, I really am going to proclaim that because I have some things that I need to do. And I was thinking about, okay, how am I going to get this accomplished? When am I going to be able to get that done? And then I got an email last night. Yeah, I got an email last night that answered that prayer. Like, it really was a prayer. When I ask questions like that, that's really my way of just talking to God. And, sometimes I'm really direct and I'll say, God, this and that needs to be done. And I'm really believing and trusting that you're going to make a way for me to get this accomplished. And then I try my best to just rest and relax and trust that God's going to make a way. And then it happens. It does. It may not happen in the time or the way that I want it to happen sometimes, but it does. So I was just thinking on that yesterday. Yesterday and the day before, I was just considering these things. And I'm like, okay, God, your word says, cast my cares on you because you care for me. So I'm placing this on you. I have this concern. I have this situation. I'm just placing this before you. I don't know how you're going to work this out, but I just believe that you're going to make a way. And then sometimes in my finite mind, I'm trying to think about ways I can make it happen. But what I'm trying to get out of is me trying to make stuff happen and just resting and believing that God is going to make it happen. And it's not going to be because of my own efforts. And I'm not saying that there won't be things that he might not lead you, or he may lead you to do so that it can be done. But when it's a God-given idea versus a good idea, that's the best way to go about it, because some things may be good, but it may not be God. I'll just put it like that. So, with that being said, I was just thinking about that yesterday, day before. How am I going to make this happen? And then I got something that came through. And so I said, okay, maybe that's what I need to do. And I got the email last night, and answered those questions for me. And it's just the beginning. So going through this time right now that's very uncomfortable for me of not having heat in my home when I got all these other things going on, it all is well. All is well. And I keep saying that all is well. And you know something, I was watching um, Tia Tia has a show. Tia Mori. She has a reality show. I watched it on the Philo app. And the last episode, I watched it. And she was talking about, things that she's been going through in her life because she went through a divorce and just, transitioning in her life. And she can be extra, but that's just who she is. I like her. I like the Maury twins. They're actually the same age I am, as a matter of fact. But she was just speaking about, the situations and concerns that she has, and then she said it, and it was confirmation for me because I have been saying that too. She said, all is well. And she said it just like that. And I said, yeah, all is well. Even if it doesn't feel like it is, all is well. So even with me not having heat right now, even with my husband being in the hospital, even with a number of different concerns and situations that I have going on, all is well. So I just am grateful that I may not have heat in my home right now. Well, my central heat may not be working, but I have space heaters that I can use. I have clothing I can double, triple up, and blankets and all of that good stuff. All is well. I have a heating pad. I had a heated mattress pad that I used to love, and I'm actually going to order another one because years ago I got one. My husband, he had he used to buy me like a bunch of stuff, especially when he was overseas, and he bought me this dress from Macy's, and it was a very expensive, well, I don't say very expensive, but it was an expensive enough dress and very fancy, and it didn't fit me, so I returned it and I exchanged it not for another dress, but for a heated mattress pad for my king size mattress. And man, I love that mattress pad. And I want to say I had it for over 10 years and then it finally conked out. So I tried to get another one, not from Macy's, but from someplace else. And it just never was the same. So I'm going to order another one from Macy's. I've been looking online at Macy's, and I think it's been well over 10 years since I got the last one. So I believe I found one that's pretty much similar or the same as this one, but just a newer version. And so I'm gonna order that. I hope I didn't miss the Cyber Monday sale, even though it's Tuesday. Sometimes those sales, they kind of run over, so I'm gonna check that out before I go to bed. That's a reminder because I already had that pulled up on my computer, so I need to do that. But yeah, all is well. All is well. So it's day 3 of Vlogmas. It's December 3rd. This month, I'm going to definitely try my best to stay on top of doing these daily vlogs. This has been a challenge for me because this year has been extremely challenging. But I am looking forward to greater things on the horizon because it's definitely been a lot of hellacious moments that I have experienced. Like, I don't know. We'll see if I can share my story at some point in time. But anyway, guys, day 3 of Vlogmas. I hope you all are doing amazing. I really appreciate you being here, being a part of this journey with me as I share the Bible. That's business inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So thank you for liking this video. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. And until the next time, I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.